later in the message. So leave them in the center. Do not touch them. Be very responsible with the candles today, because it's going to be for something really cool. But one thing that you guys have to know about me is I am the worst at making decisions. I'm literally, you don't want to ask me to make a decision. Because I will take 10 years to make any of those decisions, because I feel like my life depends on it, even if it's the smallest of things. Like, you ask me, okay, are you going to wear the brown shirt or the white shirt today? I'm like, I don't know. Can I wear both? You ask me if you want to go to Chick-fil-A or if you want to go to Chipotle. And I'm like, you're going to have to pick. I've gotten so bad, this is actually kind of embarrassing, I'm not going to lie. I've gotten so bad that when I go to places, I literally am like, hey, I'm just going to order whatever you get. And hope that it's good. And if it's not, I'm like, man, I'll just adapt it maybe. Maybe I'll take something out. Because I just simply don't want to make the decision. And I think, as I've talked to so many students, that's exactly how we treat our lives. We think that these small decisions are like the largest thing in the entire world, and because we're so fearful of making a decision, we actually are stuck. We don't make a decision. We don't do anything. We treat these small decisions like our life depends on it, and we stress out about them. And we stress out about specifically this question of who are we? What are we supposed to do? We stress about if I'm making the right versus the wrong decision all the time. We live in a world where there's such a thing called purpose anxiety. See, purpose anxiety is when we freak out about who you are and what you're supposed to do. This is such a big problem that they say majority of people struggle with it. They say 91% of people. So literally almost every single person in this room has probably struggled with this feeling of purpose anxiety. We are fearful of not knowing who we are and what we're supposed to do. But what's really good news for you guys, is in Matthew 5, Jesus tells you exactly who you are and what you're supposed to do. God, the person that has created you the way that you are for a reason, the person that knows you better than anyone else in the world, he's telling you exactly who you are and what you're supposed to do. In Matthew 5, verse 14 and 16, it says, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." So who are you? You're the light of the world. And what do you get to do? Who are you supposed to be? What are you supposed to do? Shine your light so other people can see God. We stress out about who we are and what we're supposed to do. But when we hear these verses, it can bring comfort to exactly where we are. See, so many times I talk to these high schoolers and they're like, man, what am I supposed to do? Where am I going? Just be the light of the world. And you know what? You can do that in any position, in any school, in any occupation, in any location, whether you're at school or if you're here, no matter where you are, you can be the light of the world. And we stress about this so much. We don't have to figure out who we are. We don't need to figure out our identity or our purpose because it's already been chosen for you. God has already said, hey, you're the light of the world. So be it. But what do you even mean by that? How do you be the light of the world? When I was a little girl, my mom insisted every single morning that she had to pray over me before I got on the bus. And let me tell you, it always took way too long. Because I was like, Mom, I just need to get on the bus. And she's like, nah, I really need to pray that you're going to be the light of the world. I'm like, Mom, just shut up. That's what I was literally thinking. I'm like, just shut up. I'm just trying to get on this bus right now. And every single day, I'd be late for the bus. So you can picture 6, 7-year-old Josie running through, because I lived in a cul-de-sac, in the middle of Minnesota, which if you don't know where that is, basically Canada. So we have tons of snow. I'm running through the snow, trying to catch the bus with this massive backpack, all the winter gear, because my mom wasn't going to let me out of the house without all the hats, all the gloves, all the coats, all the snow gear. So I'm running through the snow every single day, trying to catch the bus, and being defeated over and over and over again. And my mom being annoyed that I missed the bus. But I'm like, Mom, it is your fault. Because you're trying to pray that I would be the light of the world. And I would get so annoyed, but I would just brush it off every single day. I'm like, man, whatever. And we do the exact same thing. We hear about it all the time. whether we go to church, whether we hear songs about it, like this little light of mine, whether it's you watch movies, you watch whatever it is, you hear about it being the light of the world, and we brush it off like it's no big deal, like when I was little. And we're like, I don't even know what that means, and nor do I care. But here's the thing. We come to church every single week and we hear about it. We never take a second glance. But what if this really changed your world? What if it really changed your friend's world? What if it changed everyone's world around you? And so our goal today is to learn what it means to be the light of the world and how do I do that. But the first question is who is supposed to be the light of the world? See, everyone is. In John 8:12, Jesus says, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. So anyone who follows Jesus has this call and he has this responsibility to be the light of the world. Because it isn't just a compliment or an affirmation, but it has a responsibility. It is your responsibility. And affirmations are so popular right now. We're being told all the time, hey, tell yourself all these things, that you're good enough, that you're great, you're awesome. We see it on TikTok and on Instagram. We literally have rappers creating songs about it. Shout out Snoop Dogg. But like, literally, our entire world is talking about affirmations right now. And while they make us feel good for 2 seconds, there's never a follow-through. There's never anything more than that. Because if affirmations don't move us, they're just words. See, I get nervous every single time I get up on the stage. No matter how many times I do it, no matter how many times I tell myself, hey, you're not fearful, you got this, you're confident. That's just feeding lies, because that's not true. I am fearful. I get nervous. But if I tell myself this, if I quote scripture over myself, which is true, and I say, hey, so do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Yeah, I'm still fearful, but I can trust that God is going to be with me. He's going to strengthen me. He's going to help me in this journey. He's going to be with me. The Holy Spirit never leaves me. And I can walk up on this stage in confidence knowing that I can fulfill what God has called me to do, to walk in obedience. And if I read these words, if I read I'm the light of the world as an affirmation, it only makes me feel good for 0.2 seconds. But there will never be a follow-through. We want to be affirmed all the time, but we don't want to be challenged. And if affirmations don't move us, then they're just words that are meaningless. See, when I was in high school, I actually played track, or I was in track and field. And I liked running, wasn't super good at it, but I liked it. But what I really liked doing was I was a pole vaulter. And when I first started learning how to pole vault, I did not know what I was doing. I didn't know any technique, but I was told, hey, work on your approach, work on your approach, work on your approach. So I just kept working on my approach. And one thing that if you are a pole vaulter, you'll know, don't jump. You're not supposed to jump. The pole is going to bend and it's going to bring you with it. And I didn't understand this, and so I just kept going over and over and over and over again. But here's what I was doing. I was slamming my shins right into the ground over and over and over again because I didn't know what I was doing. I had terrible technique. But I just kept coming to practice, kept coming to meets, slamming my shins into the ground. Eventually, I get shin splints, and I'm like, man, I'll figure it out. I'll just keep doing it. So I did. And I just kept going to the point where I end up getting stress fractures. But what happened was I would tell myself, even when I had stress fractures, I'm fine. I got this. It's okay. I can just pop some ibuprofen, go to this meet, and I'll be fine. But I was not fine. Every single meet, I would walk away and I'm like, man, my shins hurt. Man, I'm limping. Man, I look stupid because I can't walk. And over and over again, I'm telling myself I'm fine. But that's not true. It's the same thing. We come to church all the time. We tell ourselves these things, but there's no follow-through. See, we can tell ourselves all the time that we are the light of the world, but if we don't do anything about it, it doesn't change our world and it doesn't change the people around us. See, one thing I know about the Bible is this. It is not just affirmations, and it is not meaningless. The Bible is truth, and it calls you higher. It's going to challenge you. There's going to be days where you're like, man, I don't want to be the light of the world. Man, I don't want to do that. But there's a reason why he challenges us, because he wants us to be more like him. He wants us to be better. If we show up every single week, and it's easy for us to affirm ourselves, and we say, hey, I'm loved, I'm seen, I'm cared for, I'm the light of the world. And listen, all of those things are true. All of those things are true. You are loved, you are seen, you are cared for, and you are the light of the world. And they matter. But here's the problem. If you don't actually apply those truths to your life, then they stay nothing more than words. And words without action do not carry weight. See, think about it. What's the point of coming to church every single week? What's the point of giving up your entire evening every single week, reading your Bible, spending time with God, if you're never going to be changed by it? If your life is never going to be shaped by it? What's the point of saying and believing I'm the light of the world if I go to school on Monday and I choose to hide it? What's the point of it? Jesus says, no one lights a lamp and puts it under a bowl. Why? Because it makes no sense. The light still exists, but it's not doing what it was created to do. A covered light doesn't help anyone. It's like carrying around a flashlight with fresh, new batteries in it, but never flipping it on when you go in the darkness. It has all the potential in the world. It has all the potential in the world, but it doesn't do anything. There is no impact. It benefits no one. So are you living like an uncovered lamp, shining your light for God, or are you hiding your light under a bowl? Because here's the truth. The world doesn't need more Christians that believe that they're loved. They need more Christians that act and live like they're loved. The world doesn't need more people that say, hey, I believe I'm the light of the world. The world needs people that actually are the light of the world, in the middle of the darkness, that bring light. And so here's my big question for you. What's your bowl? What's the thing that's covering your light? For some of you in this room, maybe it's the sin that you just keep ignoring. Maybe it's the lying, the cheating. Maybe it's the guy or the girl that you were doing things with you shouldn't have been doing with. Maybe it's the addiction that you have. Maybe it's the substance that you keep going back to numb your life. Maybe it's the porn that you keep going back to, you keep running to. What's the thing that's covering your lamp? What's the thing that's covering your light? And I know that even for a bunch of you in this room, you might even think, I didn't even know that God could be a light in my world. I didn't even know that he could bring light to my situation. You can't really shine a light that you don't have. Before you worry about the bowl, you need Jesus to light the candle. You need Jesus to light your lamp. And here's the truth. On our own, we live in a very dark world. Without Jesus, we live in a very, very dark world. But Jesus steps in and he says, hey, I'm the light of the world. I'm going to bring light to your situation. Jesus cares about you. He sees you. And he doesn't just call you to be the light. He wants to step into your darkness and bring light to you. In the middle of your situation. He wants to bring healing to your pain. He wants to bring life and joy to your situation. He wants to bring hope to the situation that you feel like there's no way out of. He wants to meet you right where you are, in the middle of your darkness, and he wants to bring light to your world. He wants to. He cares about you. And for some of you in this room, you're just fearful that people might look at you weird. You're fearful of your friends judging you. You're fearful that you're going to stand out in the crowd and you don't want to stand out. But here's the hard truth. If your faith never leaves this room, it's not actually faith. And it's only words. If your relationship with Jesus is only here on a Wednesday, it's not really a relationship with Jesus. only words. It's only an act. See, there's a story in the Bible that I instantly think of when I think of Jesus taking the responsibility for being the light of the world. In John 9, 1 through 7, it says, "As he went along, he saw a man blind from birth. His disciples asked him, 'Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?' 'Neither this man nor his parents sinned,' Jesus said. 'But this happened so that the works of God might be displayed in him. As long as it is day, we must do the works of him who sent me. Night is coming when no one can work.'" Here's the key. Verse 5, it says, "While I am in the world, I am the light of the world." He says, hey, I know that I'm the light of the world. And as long as I'm here, I'm going to choose to walk in that. I'm going to choose to have confidence in the identity that I am and that I have. I'm the light of the world. And as long as I'm here, I'm going to live that way. And then he goes on and it says, after saying this, he spit on the ground, made some mud with the saliva, and put it on the man's eyes. "Go," he told him, "wash in the pool of Siloam," which means sent. So the man went and washed and came home seeing. Here's the key of being the light of the world. Jesus not only knew his identity as the light, and he took responsibility for it, but he was connected to the Father. And that's how he brought light to someone's darkness. He literally took someone that was seeing darkness, that was blind, that could not see at all, and he brought light to their world. Because he said, and he took responsibility for being the light of the world. He was connected to the Father who used him to heal this man. This happens when we choose to walk in obedience of our identity. We make an impact in our circle. When we are connected to the source, we don't just have influence, but we also have an impact. Jesus could have walked around his entire life and said, hey, I'm the Messiah. And he could tell everyone about it. But let me tell you, he maybe still would have had all the influence. People probably still would have listened to him. He probably still would have had disciples. But he wouldn't have had an impact. We wouldn't be talking about him today. See, when you're connected to the Father, when you choose to be the light, you can have an impact. If Jesus told everyone this, he told everyone, hey, this is who I am, but never lived it, there would be zero impact. Students, when you live it out, you begin to gain influence and impact. It's not one or the other. And so I want to demonstrate this today, so now you guys can grab your candles, but I want to give a little bit of a pre-talk about this, okay? We are going to use candles, and we're going to use fire. Please. Yeah, please. I hear this group of boys right here. Hey, please, be responsible, okay? Please be responsible. Because I do not want this place to be burned down. Not on my account. Please do not. Okay? But I want to demonstrate this really quick with a candle. Because I can talk about how awesome this candle is all day. I can talk about how homey it is, how it brings so much impact, or so much influence, I should say, in this room. I could say, hey man, look how cute this candle is. But not until I light it does it actually have an impact. Not until I light it does it actually have an impact in this room. It will never impact the people around you. And because if I go to the source, hey Trey, can I get your candle real quick? If I go to God and he lights up my world, and I see how not only does this bring comfort to my darkness, but I see how he brings hope to my world. I see how he brings joy to my very, very dark situation. And now I have this light around me. And because he's so awesome, and I see how awesome and the things that he's doing in my life, I can't help but say, hey guys, look at my light. And so I go, maybe I'm going to this table right here, and I'm like, hey guys, this is my friend group. Because of my light, I can share my light to other people. I'm going to just ask you guys all put your phones away real quick. And don't put the candle in your mouth. That's crazy. Don't do that. Hey, can I get all eyes on me real quick? Because Jesus brings light to my life, I can't help but want to bring light to other people's life. I can't help but want to bring joy to other people's life, bring hope to their situation, to bring a way out to their darkness. And so I go to my friend group, and because of that, their table lights up. And they go on to share their light with other people. And maybe I'm in a sport, maybe I'm still in track and field, and I go to my track and field team, and now I light up their world. And then they go on to share their light. And before you know it, the entire room is filled with light. Before you know it, the entire world is filled with this light, and this joy, and this hope in the middle of their dark situation. And they get to experience Jesus and what they're going through right now. And so sometimes our light goes out. Sometimes our light goes out. And what's really cool about God is you can just go right back to Him. You can feed your flame. You can light your flame on fire again. You just have to choose to go back to Him. But how do you do that? I know it's so intimidating. How do I do this? It's as simple as just starting a conversation. Just having a conversation with God. Hey God, today I really messed up. I watched a thing I wasn't supposed to watch. And it hurt me to watch it. And I know it's not honoring to you. Help me in this. Help me walk through this. Give me accountability partners. Hey God, I got really anxious today. And so I did something I probably shouldn't have done. Maybe it was I vaped. Maybe it was something different. Hey God, I'm just feeling all of these feelings right now, and I'm feeling alone. Can you light my candle? And He will say yes every single time. It's a simple conversation. And what's really cool about the series that we're in, we actually are going through a reading plan. And so if you guys want to, you can join our Bible plan. That's another way to feed your flame. Going back to His Word, what He says, the truth. Finding ways to feed your flames. But it's going to take intentionality. So I want you guys to all blow out your candles really quick. Nope, you're going to have to blow out your candle. Blow it out. I don't want... You can... Sorry, you're going to have to blow out your candle. Blow them out. Blow them out. Boys, blow them out. Cool. Alright, all eyes back on me. Okay? I know that was a really fun and cool thing. But I want you guys to catch what I was doing and why I was showing you that. Your light can make an impact on the entire room. Your light can make an impact on the entire school, on your teams, in your friend groups, in your families. But I want you to catch this. In Matthew 5, verse 15, it says, "Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on a stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house." Lights do not shine so that they can be seen. To say, hey, look at me. Look how awesome I am. Look at my good deeds. But they shine to show other people the way to go. It is to show other people to go back to God. To show other people how awesome and how cool God is. How He can help you in the middle of any situation that you're going through. Jesus literally says, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." Don't get caught up in the good deeds. Get caught up in glorifying the Father. That's why we are meant to be lights. Your good deeds point people to the Father. So everything that you do can be glorifying to God. So don't hide your light. Don't cover it up. But be intentional. It literally talks about this lampstand that is placed high. See, if I had a candle or a light and I placed it on the ground, it's only going to bring light to so much area. But the higher that I bring it, the more that light goes. That's why we have lampstands, because it lights up more area in the room. It's taking intentionality to say, hey, I'm going to choose to be the light of the world. It's going to make me feel uncomfortable. It's going to make me not want to do any of these other things that I once wanted to do. It's going to make things a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit awkward. But when you're intentional, you bring light to so much more area. God has a place for you in your school, in your friend group, in your family, in your teams, to be the light of the world. And if your light makes you famous, but it doesn't make God known, there is no point. There is literally no point. You missed the point. So when you feel this purpose anxiety, when you wonder who you are, what you're supposed to be, remember that God has told you, and He's already answered. You are the light of the world. So go be it. And for those of you in this room that feel like you don't even have a light in your situation, guess what? God wants to light up your world. He wants to bring all of these things to your situation. We heard Sebastian talk about earlier how he was stuck in this routine over and over and over again. He didn't feel like there was a way out. But Jesus met him in the middle of his darkness, brought light to his world, and it changed the way he lived. And now he comes here every single week to pour onto you guys, to show you that Jesus loves you. He cares so much about you that he wants to make an impact in your world, just like he made an impact on Easton's world. And so we're going to go into some worship here really quick. But my prayer for you guys in this worship set is this. When you feel that pressure, be reminded that God is with you. He wants to light up your world. And He's called you to light up others. And so we're going to go into worship. You ready? Sweet. We're going to go into worship here. And so you guys can stand to your feet, find a place wherever it might be in this room, and let's worship.